Cruise lines look ahead with great excitement as the 2022 and even 2023 pictures shape up. One Carnival ship you won't ever sail again, sorta, and cruising's modern take on the end-to-end experience is coming to Europe. On land this week and only steps from air conditioning today. From Boca Raton, Florida, I'm Bill with this week's episode of Billy's Cruise Takes. Cruising only restarted in North America a little over 3 months ago, but cruise lines are already reflecting on 2021 and looking ahead to 2022 and beyond. This week in a video, Royal Caribbean CEO Richard Fain shared his thoughts looking forward, but also talking about the successes so far. Right now, Royal Caribbean is operating at about 2/3 capacity. They've carried 500,000 guests and had 141 cases of COVID on board ships. Not bad in terms of percentages by the numbers. That's the goal of these practices and procedures, to reduce numbers and, of course, reduce community spread on board. Now, by the end of November, they expect to have carried over 1 million guests. That really speaks to just how much they're ramping up. This all started for Royal Caribbean International, at least, with just one ship, Adventure, and they just keep adding ships out there, and I'm glad more folks have more options for taking safe vacations at sea. Carnival announced big losses this quarter. So on, looking, maybe things aren't always so rosy depending on how you spin them, but the sailings were very profitable. So that was a lot of question, right? Is with these limited capacities, with all of the extra considerations and concerns, are these sailings going to be profitable? And Carnival Corporation says that they are. Now, Q3 earnings were lower than Q2. That's because what we saw is a lot of people said, oh, this is great, things are safe. And then we had Delta variant, and that added to a lot of uncertainty. But for the second half of 2022, those bookings are above the pre-pandemic rate, which means that if we went back several years ago, their second half is looking better than back then. That's really good news. For Carnival Corporation, the average occupancy in Q3 was 54% across the fleet, 68% in North America because of vaccine requirements, so they were able to bump it a little bit higher, and they continue to steadily increase. Carnival Corporation is almost halfway to the point of their restart, with 42 ships sailing by the end of October. That's across all of the Carnival Corp brands: Holland America, Princess, Cunard, Carnival, of course, and others. Looking to 2023, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings brand Oceania Cruises, we're big fans of Oceania, saw their best bookings in history, their best booking day in history again. They've done it a few times in the past year, most recently in March of 2021. This time it was with the opening of bookings for Oceania Vista, their first Allura-class ship, which comes out in April of 2023, and I'm really excited to see that. Now, a ship by any other name, maybe that's the way you can look at it. You're never going to sail Carnival Victory again, but don't be sad because they've renamed her Carnival Radiance as she wraps up her $200 million refit in Spain. She's going to start sailing from Long Beach, California in December, and that's actually pretty neat if you're on the West Coast, because before the pandemic, we started to see lines sending more and more tonnage to the West Coast of the United States, so I'm sure many folks that don't want to make the trek all the way to the East Coast will be happy about that. One big differentiator with this refit is that this ship will now have Shaq's Big Chicken, which is a dining venue, a complimentary dining venue that's only available up to now on the brand new Carnival Mardi Gras, which we were lucky enough to visit recently. You can check out some pictures and our thoughts there. So that means that Carnival's changed a few ship names now. Carnival Destiny became Carnival Sunshine. Carnival Triumph became Carnival Sunrise, those two in recent history. Victory, by the way, joins Magic, Vista, Dream, Fantasy, Sky, Liberty, Freedom, Wonder, if we count translations, Jewel, Spirit, and other names that have adorned the hulls of multiple ships of multiple brands. I guess we've really run out of words at this point. Now, all this is worth mentioning because it's nice to see that cruise lines are still putting work and money into their existing fleets despite the financial hit that they've taken with COVID. It gives cruisers the opportunity to enjoy new and polished ships as soon as they're ready to get back to sea, without taking on the cost of sailing a brand new vessel, which might come at a premium, though there's an exception we're going to mention in a moment. This will also be another one of the very first vessels out of dry dock where there was enough time to make any post-COVID related changes, infrastructure changes, things like that, though those types of things are likely to be transparent to guests. We'll see. Across the pond, one cruise line is bringing the end-to-end cruise experience to Europe. Royal Caribbean is planning to build a new terminal in Ravenna, Italy, slated to open in the spring of 2024, and is planned to be a future home port, handling up to 300,000 guests per year. It's going to have a cruise center. There will be local vendors, perhaps dining options, public spaces, entertainment spaces, and they are aiming for LEED certification. That means it's going to be a green building, as many would say, right? So it'll have systems for recycling, renewable energy production on site, sustainable materials will be used for the building project, and this facility will also support shoreside power, shore power, where ships can turn off their engines while in port. This practice is also known as cold ironing, makes it so that you don't have to run ships' engines and pollute, use more fuel while the ship is there on turnaround day or just visiting. We hope to see this tech available in Port Miami soon, in fact, and you can learn more about this practice in the link below. It's the reason that all of this is significant, by the way. This port in Ravenna, yeah, it's kind of far out, but it's the first time that we've seen a European port get this treatment. In the past few years, lines have built vibrant and welcoming modern terminals at home ports and even in some ports of call. There's a big project in Nassau right now, in fact, in an effort to make the end-to-end cruise experience more comfortable and luxurious. There were these gaps. You got on this wonderful ship, everything was taken care of for you, but the disembarkation could feel a little bit utilitarian, right? Same with tendering. We even saw this with Celebrity Edge series and their Edge launches, which are accessible tenders with bucket seats, nice views, and they're just generally more comfy. So it's nice to see that now even in Europe, we're going to see more of that end-to-end upped experience where every part from the second you arrive to the terminal, the second you leave is a quality experience. Now, one quick aside, if you saw our live coverage of MSC Meraviglia back, I guess it was in September, we booked that with an amazing promotion, which included balcony sailing from $179 per person. Well, I'm just putting this out there. Usually I don't talk about deal stuff in these videos, but it's worth mentioning. That deal is back, maybe even better, along with Kids Sail Free promo, and that includes cruises on their brand new MSC Seashore. Remember I said usually pay a premium to be on a brand new ship? Well, not this time. So balconies, really, really cheap balcony rates, and Kids Sail Free Seashore and other MSC ships. So, the opportunity to enjoy these beautiful and modern ships at these prices doesn't come along often. I don't suspect it's going to come up again in the near future. So check out the links in the comments for more info there, and let us know if you sail Seashore or another MSC ship on this deal or not. We'd love to hear from you. What are your questions and thoughts about this week's cruise news? Have you booked a cruise for this year, or maybe 2022, maybe even Oceana Vista? I know one person did in 2023. Leave a comment below and be sure to hit the like button for this video. For more cruise news and information, go to cruisehabit.com. Follow us on social media too. Just search Cruise Habit on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell to enable notifications so you're notified when we post more cruise videos. Thanks for watching. We look forward to talking ship with you again real soon. I'm going in the AC.